Hello everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Today we are discussing Good Boy, directed by Ben Lowenberg. A loyal dog moves into a rural family home with his owner, only to discover supernatural forces lurking in the shadows. As dark entities threaten his human companion, the brave pup must fight to protect the one he loves most. Alright everyone, I'll be honest, I've been putting off watching this. It's not often the idea of a movie gets to me, but yeah, as a dog lover, I was worried that this was just going to be like a shock jock or something. But yeah, finally got to see it. This is definitely a different movie. It's a unique one. I don't think this is going to be able to be replicated, and if people start copying it, then they're idiots, because this is a one-of-a-kind movie that's had vision. You know what I mean? The guys had vision doing this, and this is one of the few movies that did a wee bit of research, just looked into some of the basics. The director, he owns a dog. It's actually his dog is featured in the movie. The shoot took over a year or something to do because of the limited time you can spend with dogs on set. So he obviously respected that, didn't want to harm his dog. And watching it, you can see this is bloody made with love, you know. And yeah, it's definitely a unique thing. One of a kind movies being made here, and we should appreciate it anyway. Bloody hell, it's a good story. I'll not lie. It's really simplistic. It's not trying to overdo things. You feel the dread, and I think honestly it's because it's a dog. If this was a human, I wouldn't give a shit, to be honest. But because it's a dog, and the way he's done the camera shots, everything's from the dog's point of view. There are human characters in this, but they're really in the background. Like, I think you see Todd's face. He's Indy's owner in this. I think you see his face maybe about twice, maybe three times. Like, he's a background character in this. He's a point of view. He's not really front and center. Indy is. And all the camera shots, like from the back of his tail, from his head, from the little facial expressions. God, if you ever own dogs, you understand. Like, I know Ralph in particular, if he picked up on something, you listened, you'd see that sort of head twitch go, and you know something was up, so you paid attention. You sort of you get into tune with the dogs, what they're picking up on. If that makes sense. And your dog senses like pick up 100 times more than you can. I'll not lie, this is emotional, definitely as a dog lover. And God, all our family dogs are gone now. Got less than 5 years. They're all, my dogs, my mum's dog, my niece's dog, because they're all right about the same age. They all went within a year or two of each other, so that still stings. And this is the sort of movie that really brings that out. But anyway, main story is Todd, he's suffering from lung cancer. He decides to move into his grandpa's home. And here's another thing as well. It seems like a cliche. It seems like, move into scary house on the outskirts, blah blah blah, at every horror cliche. But the story's actually done really cleverly. We understand that Todd and Vera's his sister. He's had this diagnosis for a while now. She's being the mother hen and really getting on his nerves, and I think he's dealing with his own mortality and the fact that it's untreatable. So for him to move in his grandpa's house for a while is more for him to get headspace, which I can get. He's living in an apartment. If there's a choice between that or moving into the country home, so to speak, and spend your time walking in the woods or in the fresh air and away from like a city and just sorting yourself out and dealing with things, I 100% get it. The way this story's told actually makes it work. If that makes sense, it just works. It makes sense. There's a whole thing playing where his grandfather recorded a bunch of VHS tapes in the camcorder, and part of it's actually as well. He's only left two things. His taxidermy collection to his daughter, who's a vegan, sort of an upbeat to her, and everything else got left to his grandson. I don't know why he didn't leave anything to Vera, but you can kind of tell it's that typical sort of family. The dynamics aren't 100%, bit of tension or bit of this and that. But anyway, he moves in. Starts off like this is not leaving you under any illusions. Like, you've got the sort of puppy shots and that at the beginning, of Indy growing up. But once Todd moves to the home, like, it's raining all the time, it's grim, it's dark, the atmosphere, like, you're not in for a happy time. It's not like mainstream movies where it's all fluffy and then goes to the shock. This is just there the whole time. What's happening though is Indy is the one seeing the things, seeing the entity, whatever it is, haunting the place. And we're also seeing Brandy, who was Grandpa's dog, is sort of lurking and appearing and is whining and stuff, something's happened to Brandy. And Indy's picking up on all this, and it's just carries on as Todd gets progressively worse and he starts seeing more stuff. We hear from the phone calls It's actually quite clever the way they use exposition. This is just the phone calls of why you up there, sure, you know, nobody's had a good feeling about that place. The whole point, what was it? He's seeing the videotape of Grandpa and Brandy, his dog, and the comment was made that he had loads of dogs but they all ran away. Brandy's the only one who stayed with him. So all that's done really, really clever. That's about as much as I'm going to say on the plot because, like I said, I don't want to spoil this. It's really intense. It's not overly long and it doesn't over-explain itself. And it does come to a conclusion, which I'm not going to spoil because be prepared. It's emotional. If you're an animal lover, dog lover, you're going to feel the dread in this. And it's just the way, like, and he wasn't harmed in any shape or form, you know what I mean? It's not that. It's a clever camera work. And if you look closely, you can see some of the bits where maybe a puppet was used. And it's just really brilliantly done. I tell you what though, and they could give Hollywood a few acting lessons. If Hollywood actors were smarter, then the director could train them to act like Indy. Ben Lowenberg. But I don't think Hollywood actors are that smart, so I don't think he'd get much out of them. But he definitely got 100% out of Indy. Like, that must have been some work to get him to do what he did. And it's all natural, and you can feel the tension. And like I said, if you've ever owned a dog, you can pick up on all the signals straight away. You know, even including the distress and stuff. It's really gets you. Like, there's nothing worse than hearing a dog yelp or being upset or being focused on something. Like, you know something's wrong, you pick up on it, and this is all in the movie. So there you go, I'll leave it there. Like I said, highly recommend this. I deliberately held back watching it, but I had to put big boy pants on because how can you be a horror reviewer and be afraid to watch a movie? I'm glad I did. This is one that's going to stay with me, definitely. It's very rare a movie gets me on an emotional level, but this one did, and this one's definitely going to stay in my head for a while. Though I will rewatch it at some point, I will go back. I think this is one for the rewatch, even though in the ending, yeah, it's a really good movie, and yeah, it's one of them unique ones. I think it's going to be around for a while. So there you go. If you've seen this, let me know what you think. And until next time, go up to the channel, do the technical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.